camera, the rain actively falling. But let's talk about some of the top rain reports over the last 72 hours. 'Cause like I said, we've had storm after storm after storm, which means rain on top of rain. The top report coming from Hood River, Oregon, more than 9 inches of rain. Mount St. Helens in Washington, closer to 9 inches than 8 inches of rain. All of these reports, more than 7 inches of rain overall. And we're continuing to add on to that. We do have flooding reports. These are into the eastern portions of Washington state, kind of the western portions of northern Idaho as well. It's not out of the question to continue to get flood reports as we go throughout the next couple of hours overnight into tomorrow morning. This is radar over the last couple of hours. Like I mentioned, we are currently in the midst of that final storm moving up off of the coast here. So what is in store over the next couple of hours? Here's your overall snapshot. There are a couple concerns that we need to talk about with this storm. Flooding, we're already starting to see it, but like I mentioned, it's not out of the question to see more flooding on top of this. Power outages are going to be possible, especially because of the stronger wind gusts. But then avalanche danger, that is something that we are watching. It's something we've been watching really the last couple of days. We do have snow on the map here, but snow levels are still going to be pretty high above pass level to start, and then they're going to start to fall. But unstable snowpack, that is a concern here that we've been dealing with, and that is why we have that avalanche threat. And just a reminder here, some of the indicators we talked about, these sudden warm-ups, changes in the snowpack, strong blowing winds, those are signs that avalanche is a risk. Let's take a look at future radar and how this plays out. We have the storm continuing to move up off of the coast here as we go into the evening hours, and then this is just going to continue to work its way inland. We'll see more snow working its way in. By the time we get to tomorrow morning, we're stopped at 11 a.m. tomorrow. More snow into Idaho, into Montana, and then this will continue to work its way inland, and we clear out. By Wednesday, we're pretty much clear because that next storm you see moving in, that's going to be focused further to the north into British Columbia, not really a Pacific Northwest storm. Now, I mentioned the snowfall is going to be falling as far as how high that snowfall is at elevation. So some of the passes are going to be seeing accumulating snowfall from this storm. 8 to 16 inches there for White Pass, 4 to 8 for Government Camp, 3 to 6. Talk about Tuesday to start off. That's when our first round of precipitation moves in. The good news, if you're sick of the snow especially, this is mostly going to be rain. Now, as we move further north into central and upstate New York, into northern portions of New England here, we get a little bit more of that wintry mix, but we're not talking about accumulating snowfall. Let's take a look at future radar and exactly how that plays out. We're into the Ohio Valley and even into eastern Ohio by the time we get to Tuesday morning. So western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, you could see some impacts for your morning commute, some of that rain falling. And I know sometimes that leads to some traffic problems. The rain starts to fall, the traffic slows down, maybe there's some crashes on the roads. So plan for this for your morning commute. Not talking about widespread impacts, but just know that it could be raining while you're driving to work. By the time we get to the evening hours, we're into exactly what to expect. This is, once again, going to be a quick moving storm. So we have storm and then another storm, but they're not going to last long, right? So we have showers, some areas of heavier rainfall into these darker green areas. So central New York, western New York, into parts of New England here. Just know you could see some heavier downfalls. Then as we move to the north, that's where we have more of that cold. Take a look at your highs for tomorrow. We are really warmer than we should be this time of year when we look at historical averages. We went from much colder to above historical averages, so we'll take it, right? Temperatures in the 40s, 50s, 60s, depending on where you are. Tuesday night, we're dropping down once again into the 30s. Some of us more around that freezing